So I guess, Dr. Harris, is Omicron almost over? Are we out of the worst of this yet?
I think there's certainly some reason to be optimistic. Looking in the regional area, we've seen a decrease in the numbers. I think Long Island's positivity rate is somewhere in the ballpark of 13%. What I can tell you, however, is that hospitals are still seeing a tremendous burden of the pandemic. In Northwell, just under a third of all hospital beds are still occupied by patients who are COVID positive. Though I will say that our emergency departments are seeing fewer and fewer people who are presenting with viral sort of upper respiratory tract illnesses, which has really marked the Omicron variant here in the region. So I think the next few weeks will be very telling. I think there is some reason to be optimistic, but also I would say cautiously optimistic.
All right, Dr. Klug from the WHO said between vaccination and natural immunity through infection, this is a quote, Omicron offers plausible hope for stabilization and normalization. So are we hopeful enough to think we can actually see a possible end to this pandemic at the end of this latest surge?
Well, look, what we've been waiting for is to see some degree of what we've previously referred to as herd immunity, though that benchmark has pushed farther and farther back with the emergence of new variants. We do know that being infected with COVID does provide some degree of natural immunity. We don't know yet how long lasting that immunity is. There has been some discussion that immunity during the Delta variant had some comparable level of protection to 2 doses of the vaccine. However, some recent data about the Omicron variant specifically, which represents 99% of all cases in the United States, still shows that being vaccinated and boosted offers you far better protection than either 2 shots alone or being unvaccinated. So I think the next several weeks, again, will be very telling, and perhaps we'll start to see a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. However, the caution here is not to stop using your mask, to go out and get vaccinated and boosted, because we've seen this movie before when it looks greener on the other side of the fence, and then we see a new variant. So now is the time to be cautious.